Alright, everybody, back to the game. I've done some exploring. I got 100% on both the first islands. So give me a second to go ahead and pull the link. That way I can put it on the socials. And we'll get started. That way we can get to some bosses. It'll be a good time. So yeah, if y'all are joining us, this is part 3. I've been trying to play the whole game, but I'm doing it as a stream rather than Let's Play. Hopefully, that works better for more people. I think it does usually. People seem to really enjoy the streaming these days. I don't know. I haven't gotten too into it myself, but I can see the appeal. Let's see. There we go. Got that. Got the link. Let's go ahead and get it posted to everybody. Hit a paste here. Well, I don't know if any of y'all listen to Screeching Weasel, but been listening to the Satanic Surfers mixtape of theirs, and it's pretty good. I'm kind of into the older 90s. I don't know if you call it pop rock or whatever, but it's a lot of fun to listen to. Okay, looks like the second group I usually send to is not there, so we'll put it on the Twitter. Then we'll really get started. Alright, there we go. Boop. Send it to them in case anyone wants to watch. And anyone else there? Nope. Going to the Twitter. There we go. So, yeah, we should be back in this. Let me get back in the game. Turn my phone on so I can see the chat. Make sure it's muted so we ain't hearing anybody talking. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool, cool. So let's go fight this boss.
Ages ago, my people were wiped out by a cataclysm. I know the Coco faced something similar. It reminds me I'm the last Echidna, that I'm alone.
You may be the last, but you're not alone. You've got us, Knucklehead.
I'll admit, I do envy your lifestyle. Freedom to go where you want, when you want.
So do it. Get out there and live a little.
Maybe I could. But first I need to be back to normal. So hurry up and get me back to normal!
Anything to get you away from me.
Stop flirting with my sister.
He helps those he is at odds with. He is quick to make peace. Perhaps... No. I have run the simulations. They are doomed.
seeing it. Boop. Boop. Doop. Hopefully that did not end the stream. We'll know soon enough. So yeah, we're about to probably take on the second boss, killer freaking vocal theme. I'm really excited about that. Hey, well, I didn't think you were going to be on stream tonight.
Well, I noticed you were live and I wanted to come in and say, hey, but one thing, your game's really loud. Yes, like even the Discord call feels like it's a little over loud. Yeah.
Good to know. Wow, we're at 4 watchers. So far, so good. Alright, lucky 69. Let's see what 69 does for us.
No, it's still loud, like it's drowning you out, buddy. Yeah, like...
I didn't change my settings at all in OBS, so...
Maybe try the game.
Maybe. One moment.
Because, yeah, that was, like... I was like, oh, Jordan's live. I'll moderate the stream a little bit. See how things are going. And then I'm just immediately blared at this music and I'm like, ah! I'm blared with this music and then my head I just go,
Alright. I've altered it.
do you think maybe changing the settings in the game could help? I think that might be what I'd suggest you try, because that's usually what I do before we ever do our like native recording.
You're not wrong. Let's see. I've changed the settings again. Let me know. Does it still sound just heckin' loud?
Dude, I keep like listening back to the stream. I can barely hear you.
Really? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I literally have my input maxed in OBS, so my mic can't go any higher.
Yeah. So it's literally the game.
Okay, I can lower the game volume. How
Yeah,
are you
just-
sounding on the stream? You sounding all right?
Let me check. Oh my god. Discord's also blown out. So something with your computer settings is just blowing everything that is your desktop audio just really high up.
All right, try now. Well, okay, start talking for me real quick.
Okay, trying now. Much better.
Okay, so it was in OBS. I had the output match my input, and usually that worked well on stream. I'm guessing for some reason it just blew up this time, and I don't know why. Also, Sega and them crane games.
Listen, I had that same thing in Yakuza as well. I was playing Like a Dragon, and you encounter this one sort of side hustle you can do to make money and earn experience in this in-game app called Part-Time Hero. And one of the things that you can do in Part-Time Hero is gather things to deliver to to convenience stores. So it's like, okay, there you go. Like you deliver bento boxes or what have you, and one of them is the prize donations, where you donate plushes that you get from the claw machines.
Aww.
And you can get Ai and Gong Gong and the other Super Monkey Ball characters from the UFO catchers in Yakuza to give to the Part-Time Hero thing.
That's pretty cool.
But the thing is, getting Ai specifically was such a fucking nightmare to attempt.
Really?
Like, it's like the problem is the crane can't exactly loop around any part of his body to be able to pick him up. He just kind of just gets moved around a bit. Gong Gong was easier because he was large enough for the crane to just kind of get clamped around and easily not move a whole bunch. So, yeah. I gave up on Ai because I was like, I can't, because it's 500 yen per attempt.
Oof.
So, yeah, and you essentially in Yakuza Like a Dragon play as a homeless person, like a homeless to near poverty person who has little to no income unless you get really lucky.
Wow.
So, yeah, 500 yen could be the difference between getting a good healing item and death.
Was there ever any doubt?
Well,
Yeah.
how's the game sound now that it's been dropped with you? Can you actually still hear the game on the stream?
Whoa, hey, that's my line.
I can hear it, yeah. It's
Okay.
doing that probably improved the stream a lot more because now people can actually hear us.
Okay, cool.
Like,
I just see Coco, I collect Coco, then we go fight Wyvern.
oh, you're already at the boss for this stage?
I have 100%ed both islands off camera.
Okay then. So you are able to hop to previous islands.
You are.
Okay, good. And have you upgraded your strength enough to be able to actually
My
do
strength
damage?
is 47 out of 99.
Okay,
Also,
you should be...
I learned that some of the special moves you get in normal combat can translate to supersonic, and that when I was flying away to not lose half of my rings during the fight, you could actually parry all of those heavy attacks, put him into a quick time mode, and deal like a quarter of damage. So you didn't actually need more rings, you just needed to be more aggressive.
Again, that's the Devil May Cry Royal Guard situation.
Yeah, essentially Sonic is a Royal Guard user.
Yeah. I gotta say though, like, it's weird to see this game, and though like it has some of the Sonic trappings of modern Sonic 3D games, it's still more stable than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Have you seen?
Yes, I have.
Have you
Amanda's playing
seen-
it tonight.
Oh, some of the shit that I've seen from that game, I cannot believe. Like, well, I can kind of believe it.
They
but
also removed Pokerus.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey. I mean, if anything, that did feel a bit inconsequential. But-
It depends. Like, for me, Pokerus has always been a thing I've looked for in every generation, so I think it hits me a little more than maybe the average Pokemon player.
Yeah, because most don't even really notice it or
hyper-trained
care.
my Pokemon.
Yeah. Most don't really ever notice or care about it.
Yeah, if anything, they're like, huh, my Pokemon has a cute little purple face next to it. I wonder why.
Yeah, or
Oh my
or being
lord, that was bad collision.
yeah. So it's just if y'all haven't seen the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet glitch fests that people are having, it's
Oh yeah,
evident
freaking
that the game
hilarious.
is about as these two games, Scarlet and Violet, despite the positives that people have had about it, which are some of the more regular Pokemon positives, that hey, some of the Pokemon are cool, the region is neat in concept, and some of the character designs are very nice and appealing in pretty much every way possible. Yes, we are looking at you, our 34 artists. But wow, that game is not stable.
Wow.
It's the
I
Cyberpunk
cannot get on
2070.
those freaking side bouncers for some reason.
Basically, from what I'm seeing of it all, it's like the Cyberpunk 2077 of Pokemon. it's undercooked. It's got glitches
Camera didn't even
abundant.
change. Yeah.
Camera's got changes. Models can end up stretching, and I'm just like, wow.
Oh yeah, camera clipping through walls, Pokemon doubling whenever they evolve.
I've heard horror stories about how people are even having their save files be messed up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like that's the
So-
cardinal sin of like game development.
So it's kind of evident that this game
There we
definitely
go.
needed more time. Game needed more time in the oven.
Definitely.
And the other problem is just they released 2 games in a year, which is not a format that Game Freak especially should not have done something like that, because once they did, all that really accomplished was them just burning everything out and one game essentially getting more of the technical refining over the other.
Yeah. So I think I'm actually going to have to climb that. Oh, hey Richard Mazza. Hola.
Hello, Richard Mazza. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying our commentary about how Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like, despite possibly high sales numbers, is a game that has that definitely needs a lot more ironing out.
Yeah, while we
So-
play Sonic, probably the best Sonic they have released in years.
Yeah, which is weird to say that a Sonic game feels more technically sound than a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
'Cause say
Sega
what you will
bringing
about the-
that high fidelity next gen gameplay that Nintendo just can't, because Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Well, I wouldn't say Nintendo's necessarily to blame. I'd say it's more Pokemon.
Oh yeah, it's the Pokemon Company that's really at issue here, but
Because let's face it,
There we
Nintendo
go.
Switch has gotten some pretty high-level open-world games over the past few, even just this year,
oh yeah.
or even the past couple years. Like we had Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Monster Hunter Rise.
One of the most epic bosses in the game. Yeah, I can't wait to actually hear the vocal theme because, like, I've listened to the
this the-
soundtrack and it's so awesome.
Was this the one you said that you listened to first?
I think this was the first vocal theme I heard of this game, and it's just rad. I love the boss music for this. I'm excited to actually fight it. Okay, there's a little bit of jag there, but what the?
Again,
Oh, okay, cool.
any kind of possible visual issue that is with this, I will forgive because, you know, again, at least it's not as bad as what I've seen lately.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you end up having God of War, which, you know,
Haven't seen
had
much
four-
of it yet, but I'm sure he's having a good adventure with the boy.
Yeah, although he's more of a teenager now, actually,
I mean, it makes sense.
from gameplay that I've seen. And also, wait, I'm trying to think. Would it be cool if I told you some things of the game that I've seen?
Sure.
Because,
I don't have a PlayStation. I have no stake in this.
yeah. So Thor's your first boss fight in that game, from what I've seen.
Oh,
and,
really? Huh.
Yeah, and I will admit, parts of that fight kind of had me in the big graphics wow segment. Like you have a full thing of Mjolnir versus Kratos' axe, and it's like, oh. And then what's even cooler is that there's this segment in the fight where, like, Thor and Kratos clash with their weapons, and then a lightning bolt strikes into the arena, and
There
the
we go.
lightning bolt itself gets frozen by the Leviathan
Oh, heck.
axe.
Yeah, Mike, you need to get this game. It's freaking amazing. Like, you're going to love it. MJ Tux, that's Mike, just so you know. Yeah, that's
Okay.
great. Okay, also, one second. I am turning the volume up for this song because it is just such a
Oh.
freaking banger. One moment.
Okay.
All right. Just tell me if this gets a little louder in the chat.
All right.
Okay, good.
I've been here waiting for the longest time. I can't.
I can hear it. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
You lose the battles that you never fight. Can't hide from what you feel.
Oh, sweet. They actually give you rings this time. Shit. Then I crash right into a missile.
What in the hell is? What in the Benjamin Breaking is this song?
Oh, I should have parried.
This song. It reminds me a lot of Breaking Benjamin, but
More Bring Me
cooler.
the Horizon, but yeah, it's actually like freaking pop metal. You got that Metalocalypse freaking like djent.
Oh no, not Metalocalypse. This is.
I'm just saying on the
specific
guitar.
There's,
Yeah, we're not getting black metal here, but like,
there's a specific song I'm thinking of. What was that song?
There we go, I
there's
threw
a
the missile back
specific
at it.
song. No, it's not the Offspring. All I Want by a Day to Remember. That's the name. That's the band that this
yeah.
is reminding me of.
okay, so yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to throw the missiles back at it, and then when it slashes, you need to parry the slash.
But yeah, this is giving me major vibes of that. The whole of that screamo pop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just
sound.
pop new metal. Like. There we go.
I don't know how to feel about that. Because, like, I know rock and Sonic's identity is kind of mixed with each other, but I wouldn't picture that. But go off, I guess.
There we go. I took a quarter of its health in one move. Okay, I will say, Supersonic is weird at first, but he actually controls pretty well when you get used to it. Come on, there we go.
I have to wonder how other games are going to end up taking after this one. If since this has reviewed well, and I imagine sold well.
Oh god, it needs to keep selling well, man. I don't know what to say other than that.
Check, actually. It's the fastest selling Sonic game in Japan.
Heck yeah.
There's a plus.
Oh boy, we're getting to kaiju mode.
Oh, yeah.
Holy Grail White Whale.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Frontiers apparently enters 4th best selling physically on the Switch.
Dude, that's awesome for a game that can barely handle it.
Yeah, it's selling pretty decently. So good on Sonic Team for apparently knocking themselves out of the park with this one.
There we go. Okay,
Again, this was the kind of move
fight.
this did feel like the kind of move that needed to be made. I mean, we talked about it before, how though lacking in a sense of replayability, open world Sonic felt like the right kind of direction to take.
Not only that, but the speed stages actually having like missions to complete is a great step in the right direction. Like, it gets me to play the speed stages multiple times because I want to get the S rank. I want to get all the right points, you know?
Yeah, I feel sorry for the chat for not being able to hear us though in this boss fight over the music.
Too bad. It's that second swing that's hard to really time. But yeah, this is way better than the first boss.
Well, I mean, now you actually have an understanding of the controls, so I imagine you could probably run circles around the first boss.
Oh, probably. There we go.
I still don't really know how I feel about only being able to fight only fighting a Super Sonic makes sense. My issue is it being a one-hit kill if you lose your Super Sonic.
I like that, though.
I don't, because that just, like, let the punishment to the player be that they have to collect enough rings to, do their thing. To get back into Supersonic mode.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. Again, that may be just me. Yeah, you just shredded through this boss.
Well, if he doesn't have a one-hit kill.
I wonder if you'll actually get Supersonic's used to traverse the overworld and everything when you keep it normally. Part of me almost thought that they were referencing the movie with that missile barrage.
Yeah.
With like when Sonic's like
Oh,
holding his wrist
dude.
up to the
I love
block
this
thing.
death. Oh, that is metal.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is metal as hell. I am going to return the volume to normal. That was awesome.
Yes, please return the volume so that we can hear ourselves now.
I
Yeah.
need your password.
Okay. I'm going to return the volume back. You entertain. For a second, I gotta step out. I'm going to be right back.
Jordan's got to step out with the post boss nut clarity. Hope all of you are doing well. Sorry for the sudden intrusion into the chat, into the stream. I noticed Jordan was live and I wanted to say hello. Hi, I'm the co-host of Open Couch Gaming. I'm the dude that does a lot of the demonstration hosting. So, yeah. Jordan wanted to do Sonic Frontiers. This was his deal, so yeah, he's doing this and he's having a great time with it. Although I do notice that he forgot to change the stream title, I think. Right? Because I think this is stream number 3. Because he did stream number 2 a while ago, I think. Right? Yes, he did. So he's got to alter. So he's got to change the title of this one down the line. But that's fine. That can hold off.
All right, I'm back.
I was just telling the chat that apparently it seems like you forgot to change the title from second stream to third stream.
Yeah, I did. I noticed that like right after I started. I was like, well, I'm here. I'll change it in post.
Yeah. You can't change it while you're on stream?
No, you can't actually. It locks it. I mean, you have access to the stuff. You know that. But yeah, no, I freaking love this fight. Holy God, that was awesome.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, Mike, it is kind of a oops moment. But
it's Hyper
yeah.
Knuckles, but okay.
I've got one more Titan bot to go. Hopefully I'll find
I have to
Tails.
wonder, like,
I'm worried about him.
is Sonic just capable of holding this form indefinitely so long as he's got rings, or is there a lore thing that'd be like, no, if he holds this for too long, it'll basically explode him?
Lore-wise, it depends on continuity. I kind of like Fleetway, where essentially it will corrupt him. He goes insane and it turns him evil.
Oh.
But technically, as far as the games are concerned, no. So long as he is channeling chaos and he has rings to essentially focus it, he can maintain the form indefinitely with no ill effects. At least as far
Okay,
as
I was
the
wondering
games
if
have
it'd be
shown.
like a... I was wondering if it'd be like a Sonic X effect, where if he goes crazy, he just kind of has like a big old angst moment.
Dude, I would love if like Dark Spine Sonic or Dark Super Sonic actually came to the games, but not yet.
I will admit, I kind of miss that. I kind of miss a lot of the cool extra Emerald ideas that they had.
So
but
you're also going to probably really love the boss that's coming up. It's called The Knight, and if you remember some of those old Flash animations, you remember how they gave Sonic a giant red Buster Sword back in the day?
was that called Sonic Final Fantasy?
I think so, but dude, it's actually referenced in this boss fight. It's coming up.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
They went that far?
they went that far.
Oh my god.
Like, Supersonic's going to have a giant freaking fantasy sword soon, so be prepared.
Wow.
Like,
Actually,
that
okay,
was
so Mike
spoiled
says,
for me,
actually, in the
but-
comics, that evil Supersonic, or known as Fleetway, was a thing if Supersonic was really mad from the Fleetway comics, but he eventually loses it, and Fleetway becomes a separate being.
Huh. You see, I never
So-
really read all the Fleetway continuity, but I just thought it was really cool because it seemed like he was evil or something.
So, kind of like a Majin Buu situation?
Huh.
Huh. Also, Mike, your very cool thing gives off the same energy as the You're Breathtaking thing from Keanu Reeves.
We all love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
honestly,
there's a Tetris
after
puzzle.
all of the patches that Cyberpunk has gone under, I would almost want to play Cyberpunk just so that I can finally get to see Keanu Reeves in all the glory.
Fair.
But yeah, I'm not as big of a Sonic fan as Jordan, and are you
This is what we're supposed to do. Okay.
are you I'm sorry, do you just straight up have Tetris?
There's straight up Tetris. That is
Okay.
awesome. Okay, so take that off, because that's not the first piece. I guess since this is like Tails level... Yeah, this is... Okay, we get some brain teasers now.
God, I wish I could kind of do a Tails impersonation, so I'd be like, Sonic, you gotta beat my Tetris high score in order to help me be freed from this cyberspace. Tails, what are you talking about? We don't have Tetris in Mobius. but I can't do a Tails impersonation. I can barely do most impersonations of any kind of characters.
Considering Tails' voice actors range from a woman with a really high-pitched voice impersonating a child and an actual 8-year-old child that was cast to be in the first Sonic Adventure game, I'd be worried if you had a good impression.
Yeah. I mean, I can do some Solid Snake, but I definitely can't do everything.
You can do Metal Gear characters very well. I would not expect you to be able to do Tails.
Oh yeah, Mike, Sonic Prime. That's going to be an interesting one. It's a very interesting time to be a Sonic fan.
It really is.
This comes out and is actually good, and then Prime comes out and actually looks really interesting as far as a Netflix series.
Mm-hmm.
Not to discredit, Sonic Boom or anything, but
that was a good experiment, but it really only worked on TV, and well, like all things they could do, it got rushed.
You have to admit though, some of the jokes in that were really funny. Like I remember they released a full trailer and it looks amazing on the Netflix YouTube channel. Yeah, I've seen some of the trailers. It definitely looks fun. It looks like it'd be a fun time. But in any case, the Sonic Boom stuff, I remember the only clip, one of the few clips of that show I remember was one where Sonic's talking about taking swimming lessons, and he's like, all right, fine, I didn't take any swimming lessons. And Amy's like, Sonic, you promised. And he goes, well, they wanted to start me off in the kiddie pool. I can't be swimming with a bunch of 5-year-olds. They can be so cruel when they sense weakness. And then Knuckles goes, that's why on the first day you gotta beat up the biggest one in the yard. And then Amy chimes in saying, Knuckles, that's prison. And he replies with, only if you let it be. And I started laughing so hard because I was like, where's that writing coming from?
Yeah, I mean, it had some great writing. It really did.
Like, some of the jokes in that were really funny.
Yeah.
Also, hi, Michaela. Jordan just beat the second boss, right?
Second.
And now we're on the third island, and I'm talking about how Sonic Boom, despite its failures, had some pretty funny writing. How does the parry control? Is there like a delay to it?
There's a slight delay, but you can actually hold down the parry, and it becomes like a pseudo block.
Ah,
you
that's
can't really
nice.
block with it. What you're supposed to do is essentially like use the right bumper and left bumper to dodge, and then you can go into an attack. But if you hold down both, you enter a stun state, and if anything hits you in that stun state, you will parry.
Okay. I also like that Sonic's just constantly got a migraine going on.
Well, I mean, he just got blasted out of the sky by missiles.
Right, but he looks like he just got out of a really bad hangover.
I could see that. This would be the Sonic game in which Sonic picks up drinking.
He's like, oh man, they just kept saying, one more, Sonic, one more. It's your birthday, have fun.
He had fun, all right. And it cost him dearly.
Yeah.
Ah, crap, I missed it. Oh, well. I see there is a boss fight over here, so we are going to go fight a boss so that I can open one of these gates.
And no, sadly, in Yakuza Like a Dragon, I have not encountered any Sonic references.
Yet.
No.
One second, I saw something more important than life
If
itself.
anything, I've been seeing more
Fishing
references to
coins.
past Yakuza games over Sonic. The only other Sega property I've ever seen referenced is Super Monkey Ball.
I mean,
If anything,
Super Monkey Ball was made by the Yakuza creator, so it makes sense.
If anything, the only other video game franchise that's not Yakuza or... Actually, no. Just not Yakuza related that's being referenced in that game is Dragon Quest.
Which is
Because-
odd, being a Nintendo property.
No, that's a Square Enix property.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Damn. I'm just so used to it always have been on Nintendo consoles, but then again, it was released on PS2 as well, so what am I talking
Yeah,
about?
8 was released on PS2.
Yeah.
Granted, a lot of games were released on the SNES back in the day and the NES, but
Do I have
eventually
enough?
PlayStation
Yes, I do.
ports of that existed. Of those existed. It basically,
Make you wait much longer.
basically, a lot of Dragon Quest does exist on other platforms, and the main character is, and the deal about why there's so many references is that the main character is like a huge Dragon Quest fan because it was his major comfort from when he was growing up. So when he fights in combat, he views himself as a Dragon Quest hero in a turn-based game system. So so that's the reason behind the turn-based combat. It'd be like if Sonic got into a super into a turn-based RPG and was like, I don't know, Tails, like I haven't really felt like running around lately. I've been playing this this turn-based role-playing game series and I've just been really having a good time with it.
Wait, oh, dude, they brought back Ninja. Remember that first boss?
Oh. Actually, if anything, a turn-based RPG spin-off would be something that Tails would star in. Would it be... I don't know. Which Sonic character do you think would fit well with a turn-based system?
Probably, Rouge.
Really?
Yeah, I would take a
I would picture-
RPG game with Rouge.
I would picture Rouge having more of a stealth Metal Gear style game.
Here's my thing, I agree with that, but what I'm thinking is you get punished by a slow battle system if you're caught. And you have to use tactics and shit to get out of it. The game is kind of bent against you.
Okay.
Like, you're super spy until, guess what? You fucked up.
Okay. What about, I mean, Shadow got his own game, but not let's
Honestly,
face it,
I
nobody...
would like to see a more polished third-person shooter with Shadow. That would probably be pretty cool.
Okay, well that's a different take I didn't expect. Knuckles, I think, would probably have a Streets of Rage 4 style beat 'em up.
Yeah, but I'd actually still keep some of the treasure hunting elements beyond just having garbage can chicken.
Yeah, but notwithstanding, yeah, I'd still say beat 'em up.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, he was always fun to play in the advanced games because he had a flaming punch.
Yeah. And then there's Tails, who I think would...
Robot Wars.
Yeah, probably a Metabots slash Robot Wars, Mega Man Battle Network kind of gameplay.
That'd be really fun, actually. They haven't made too many Metabots come here to the West in a while. There was one for the 3DS, but it never got ported.
Yeah, and for those that remember Metabots from years ago and never played it, congratulations for that sudden nostalgia-based migraine.
Yup.
Like, it just a shock of memory, like Raiden turning off his pain inhibitors.
wearing
Doctor, turn off
a
my...
sombrero.
Doctor, turn off my nostalgia inhibitors. But Raiden, you remember Metabots. You remember all the cringy 2000s music. Do it! Then the inhibitors turn off and then you hear, if you want to be my lover, you try to get with my...
Dude, I was thinking from the Digimon movie, the Runaround song.
That would also be appropriate.
Yep. Oh my god. I was at a party and someone was like, I remember this clip before the Digimon movie with this weird black and white character, and I don't remember what she was, but it was there. And I'm like, yeah, you're talking about Angela Anaconda. And they were like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, I am about to give you a weird-ass nostalgia trip.
Mike brings up, Doctor, disable my ad blocker. But Raiden, you'll be bamboozled with sponsor ads. Do it. And then the ad blocker disables and it goes, don't let hemorrhoids ruin your night out with your family. Ah!
Oh god. Oh yeah, and if you do want Mike, give him any freaking Metal Gear, like, quote you want him to say. He will probably be able to do it.
I can do Metal Gear Rising Raiden and Metal Gear Solid 2 Raiden. I can kind of do Snake, and I can kind of do Otacon. So, just tempering the expectations a little bit. Let's see. So we thought of Tails, Knuckles, Rouge, Shadow. What would Amy's own side genre be?
Honestly, she's either a mage or you just put her in there with Knuckles. She has a giant freaking hammer.
That's true.
All right.
Part of me
Where the heck
says.
am I going? All right, if I head straight.
Part of me says maybe she'd be like a party game host,
I mean, I
like
could see
Sonic,
that.
like a Mario Party kind of thing, where she's like the host of the party, like how Toadsworth was back in the older Mario Party games when Mario characters used to have more than just the single Toad person.
Agreed.
Remember Toadsworth?
Yes, I do.
I miss a lot of the cool, fun Mario characters. Like I remember, it's really tragic to an extent because like everybody points to Paper Mario Thousand Year Door about how Mario can have really fun characters and unique world building, and then Nintendo just comes in and just curb stomps it away, just puts it out.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be something we play for the channel.
I have actually always wanted to beat Thousand Year Door. Never beat it as a kid, but I did play it a lot.
Yeah, I played like the first world of it a lot when I was a kid. And man, do I regret not having that physical edition of it anymore.
Yep.
Because now I think that game's worth like $200 on resale.
Yup. Our
I'm gonna check
childhood
that out.
being sold at premium prices.
Mm-hmm. Gotta love the lack of preservation on the GameCube era.
And this
I'm
is
gonna
why I have Dolphin.
Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. Yep, renewed copy of Thousand Year Door is $200.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Makes me happy I got my copy of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance for $180.
Sure.
Which, granted, is not a lot, but considering that game can run the gambit of around like $250 to $300, I'll take what I can get.
Mm-hmm.
But in any case, yeah, Amy hosting like a Sonic Mario Party style
Oh,
game.
I love this attack.
Actually, maybe a fuller like stealth game would be something for SBO.
Well, yeah, if you want to go into the chaotics. Charmy B, the game.
Oh,
Have you found the computer room?
No. If anything,
I'm just saying, chaotics are the weakest part of Heroes, even if I do like Vector.
yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
Although
like,
for some reason people get really into the idea of shipping Vector with Cream's mom.
that's from Sonic X, it's okay. I honestly kind of accept that by now. That said,
Do you think since it's very much a thing that SBO, Vector, and Charmy are like a band group,
yeah.
do you think Vector would do a cover of Stacy's mom but call it Cream's mom?
Oh god, that is cringe as hell, and I live for it.
I don't know what her mom's name is,
Vanilla.
but Vanilla? Okay. No. Yeah.
Oh wow, I jumped at the wrong time. Also, I hate that I'm
apologize for the-
starting to see what levels these are based off of, and I'm going to
Uh-oh.
retry this. Yeah, but they actually put City Escape in this game, and
Oh.
it plays beautifully. This is
Honestly-
actually White Forest, I believe.
Do you think they should remake Sonic Adventure 1 and 2
No.
with the boost formula?
I mean, look, this game at the very least proves it could work. That doesn't mean I think it should be done.
Okay.
Those games are very much products of their time, and it's fine to leave them as is. Now, if they wanted to make like an HD collection or something and package them both together, oh my god, how the Okay, I'm sorry. I will not do a death run on my first time through.
I think
I don't know.
I'm getting-
I feel like
my
They could
my
be
mindset
enjoyable.
my mindset is if the game is if the original is widely available, then sure, remake it as you see fit. Like, I see it as a Resident Evil 4 situation where, you know, a lot of people were skeptical over the Resident Evil 4 remake for good reason, but it's not like the original is going to get completely erased because that game is on everything besides your toaster.
this is true.
Or even-
Sonic
and
Adventure
Sonic-
does have 2 releases: the Adventure DX and the
And
Battle.
and
releases.
the adventure games are available on PC, so
And
it's
they're
not like the
available on
games
PC, so
they aren't.
yeah.
It's not like they're not available. It's just a matter of getting the.
God,
It's just a matter if they actually want to do a remake of it, possibly.
yeah. Screw it. I'm just running straight through. I'm not going for the S rank right now.
So I'm of the mind that maybe a remake could be good, because they could end up refining a lot of
Oh
things.
God, I hate
because
this locked camera right now.
because I do remember trying Adventure 2 on, I think, PlayStation or something, and I remembered a lot of collision stuff that I might have been more forgiving towards when I was a kid, but not as an adult.
Fair enough. I don't think the games have aged perfectly, but I still think they are some of the best examples of what we want in a Sonic game.
Yeah,
Like, when it comes to good game design, they were leaking it.
yeah. And then, of course, again, the Chow Garden thing, which again leads back to our conversation of why the hell have Sega not made the
A
Chow
mobile game of
Garden
that,
mobile raising app?
Fair enough.
Come on. As we have stated,
Holy,
it
I got
basically
an
is a
S
money
rank on
printer
that, and
idea.
I died by 1 second. I guess I've played SA2 enough that I know White Jungle like the back of my hand. Or White Forest, whichever it was, because that's the shadow level. Even with that, like, you grabbed onto the thing and it nearly dropped you in the spike, that was the bungee part where it grabbed his leg, remember?
Yeah, so long as it doesn't end up referencing that one Heroes level with the giant alligator.
Fair enough. I hate White Forest too. Or whatever they called that one.
No, I liked that level fine. I
Wasn't
didn't
that the
like
one with the
that jungle
alligator?
level with the alligator.
I thought that one was tied in with the giant poisonous frogs.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the second part of the giant poisonous frog level.
No, wait. I think we're thinking. No, you're talking about a level from Sonic Adventure 2. I'm
I
talking about a
was,
level
but
from
then
Sonic
I'm trying
Heroes.
to talk about the one from Heroes. I thought it was also called like White Forest or something. Like,
Was it?
had a very dude. Look up the levels for Sonic Adventure 2. I'm sure someone posted the names on a list somewhere.
No, I'm gonna look up what it was in Sonic Heroes to see if it. Okay, no, it's Lost Jungle.
Lost Jungle. I knew it was something jungle.
It's Lost Jungle from Sonic Heroes, and then it was White Forest or what have you from Sonic Adventure 2.
Gotcha.
So, there you go. That confusion cleared up.
yeah.
But yeah, I still stand by it. Like, come on, Sega. Mobile gaming, though, can be invasive, as we all have likely seen from those really awful mobile game ads.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I just learned
gotta-
they made a Wipeout mobile game. You remember Wipeout?
yup.
I was like, why is that not here in the States? I tried to download it on my Google phone today, and they're like, it's not available in your country. And I'm like, dude, this game actually exists, and
Yeah.
I can't play it. I just want
Yeah.
really fast freaking spaceship hover car races with explosions. Please.
Oh, I was thinking of the Wipeout, like, TV show where people get bumped by foam things and fall in water.
Oh no, I'm talking about Wipeout 2094, where you're in a death race with freaking flying cars that travel at like 500 miles an hour like F-Zero, but you also get to shoot at each other with rocket launchers and other fun weapons.
Well, that would have made the Wipeout TV show more fun to look at.
Oh my god, I'd have been all over the TV show at that point, because I grew up watching Ninja Warrior, and I was like, okay, the bouncing balls don't impress me, your actual platforms aren't that difficult to navigate. And then it's like,
I mean,
later seasons started to actually make it interesting, but I was like, already not watching at that point.
Yeah. But in any case, still, mobile market for Sega, like, yeah, the Infinite Sonic Runner, I think, is what it was. Cool, but come on. A Chow-raising mobile game.
He never stops.
It's,
Clarification.
yeah.
He never gives up.
How many islands are in this game?
Seems to have left me in a digitized state. But those same energies are
Have you
manifesting
found out how many
in
islands are in this game?
5.
5, okay.
So this is the halfway point.
Because I noticed that, you know, Sonic's starting to have his little digitize moment.
I'm fine.
Digitize. So I didn't know, like, is this the last island since you got Amy, Knuckles, and Tails now?
No, you'll collect them, and then something's going on with Sage. I don't
Okay.
know what's going on with Sage, but also I learned there's a secret true ending to this game, and it's unlocked by playing on hard, which is what I'm doing. Sadly, if you wanted to unlock it, you could play the entire game on easy, switch it to hard right before you collect the last emerald, and then you'll get the true ending.
I mean, it's a strat.
Yeah, I'm just like, nah, I'm playing the whole thing on hard.
It's so sad someone so impressive will be lost in the end. It's...
Tails, help me. They turned off my ad blocker. I'm seeing cringy mobile ads. Why? Why are you suddenly drawing platforms that you need to guard a puppy from bees? What's the plot here?
Ligma.
But you know those mobile ads I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
Where
I
it's
know.
like stock, like drawn character that's thrown down a tower or something, and then they gotta make it up, and it's like, oh god. I remember when mobile ads were just
Normal ads.
Angry Birds,
Yeah.
normal ads with Angry Birds and stuff, and then it was also less invasive.
No, it was like, here is a mobile game. It's still just a normal game, but, you know, you play it on your phone, and this is the concept of the game, and if you enjoy it, please download it.
Honestly, I would rather take a Candy Crush ad over the shit that I'm seeing on all sorts of apps like Twitter and Tumblr and such. Honestly,
Fair.
I've even thought about leaving Twitter from all the invasiveness I'm seeing there.
I mean, so many
Not-
people are hopping ship to Mastodon right now.
Yeah, I hear Mastodon's a little complicated. If I'm hearing things correctly.
I'll be honest, I haven't been paying that much attention to it. Doesn't really affect me
Yeah,
too much.
I'm just gonna probably change a bit to Tumblr. Although apparently the creator of Twitter, or one of the head execs of Twitter, is making a new app called Blue Sky, which is supposed to be Twitter-esque, and they're having like a beta thing going on right now. So, if that releases and does well enough as far as being a platform, that may be a viable swap option.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess there's something for all of you to keep in mind in case if you're also chronically on social media
Yo,
like
that's
I
the
am.
boss. Look at that thing.
Oh my god! It looks like a Gradius fight!
Dude, that's gonna be cool.
Okay, that's something I want a figure of.
Same.
There is a... Do you think they team up with Good Smile Company to make these bosses into figures?
If they don't, they should also team up with the oh shit. Here I am trying to strat up a mountain. I fall into a volcano.
Oh.
Oh man. But if not Good Smile, they should totally team up with like whoever produces the Gundam model kits and release some of these bosses as that.
Oh yeah, I
I
imagine
would
build kits
love
would
to
be
have
really
some
big
build
with
kits of
these.
this. Yeah. Especially if they made it like to scale with the other Sonic toys. That'd be a lot of fun.
But I mean, Good Smile in particular has been pretty good about making things for particular games you would never expect. Like, a Nendoroid was made of the main protagonist from Valhalla, which is a cyberpunk bartender
I know,
visual
I
novel.
have that on my wish list.
You have that on your wish list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe
Yeah,
it or
and then
not,
there's
I
the-
really love visual novels.
And then there's the pop-up raid Zagreus figure that's being planned, and I'm like, oh, because I love Hades.
Oh, shit.
So
Never
seeing
mind, this is a mini boss.
so seeing it to scale Zagreus figure would be really nice. But recently, the one that was the biggest surprise to me, Jordan, do you know of the game Bravely Default?
Yes, I do.
They're making figures of the Bravely Default characters, starting with the main character.
And that makes sense if you're... What?
And they're making them
Good
in the
time for
style
maybe
of the
stuff
3D
there.
of like the in-game 3DS models. So they're like, they've got the large head and kind of the chibi limbs.
Ah.
It's. I have to say, I really like it. I really like the look of it. So yeah, there are a lot of figures in particular that I'm excited for, which is saying something because I've not really been one for
Oh, that's
figure
tricky.
collecting until recently. Like, I'd say the only figures that I have right now are a figure of the Dragon Quest VIII hero, Triss Marigold from Witcher 3, Deedlit from Record of Lotus War, Corolla Lucifer from Hunter x Hunter, and Link from Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. I'm particular about the kinds of figures that I want to grab for myself because I'm not the kind of person that tends to get ads that are or
shit.
get figures that are like of
Can I survive this? Yes, I can.
waifu of the season, but with an Alice in Wonderland outfit. Waifu of the season, but with a Halloween dress. You know, I'm not that type of figure collector. I prefer to just get stuff that's a bit more just different. I like different stuff.
Yeah. Man, I almost had that boss, though.
Because I mean, I remember when the Zagreus Nendoroid got announced and my jaw dropped. Almost to the point where it clicked, where my jaw cracked. So, yeah, that was one that I got really excited for. Let's see, what are other figures I was super interested in? Do you know the Big O?
You know, I've heard of the show.
You haven't seen it?
No. I really don't watch a lot of TV these days.
Do you know the robot, though? Like the Big O robot itself?
Can't say I'm too familiar.
I'll send you a picture of it later, but there exists Figmas of the main characters, like the two main characters of the Big O, along with the Big O robot itself, like the mech, as Figmas. And I was like, I need bad. So I've thought I have become a bit more inclined to the
I
idea of
looked away
figure
from the screen
collecting.
for like half a second. I just ran into lava.
Oh.
Maybe I'll get
So, like,
another
I
chance
have-
at this boss.
I have
Yes,
been
will.
more inclined toward the prospect of figure collecting. It's just, it's a really expensive hobby.
Oh, it is.
But, god damn it, would it be cool to have some of those on your shelf?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Basically, Sonic Team should collaborate with Gunpla build companies to make the mini bosses into Gunplas.
Oh, God. Yeah, I would totally love some of these at scale next to some of Gundam.
I mean, Fortress in particular looks like it'd be a good Gunpla to have.
Oh, God, yeah. Especially if they made it Master Grade instead of like Hero Grade. Or
What's
definitely not
what are
Real
the-
Grade. I would not want to build this thing in Real Grade.
What's the differences in terms of grade?
So, Real Grade and Hero Grade are kind of like your entry. Hero is the basic model. Hero is the slightly better one, but I think it's a little more finicky. I've broken some Real Grades, but you don't break a Hero Grade. Yeah, overall, the main difference is scale. So, your regular Hero Grade is 1/75th. Your Master Grades are like 1/60th scale, and then your trying to remember the like ultra grade is 1/30th or like 1/25th, and that's where you get into like 4-foot tall build kits.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're freaking awesome, and they're expensive as hell, and I want some.
I mean, they'd be a badass conversation piece.
Definitely. It's like, yeah, built it myself, and I would probably take the whole thing apart before assembly and give it a full custom paint job.
Okay. Okay,
But,
so Mike
yeah,
apparently
so-
says Fortress reminds them of the final boss of Sonic Forces.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but I mean, honestly, to me, I remember Sonic Forces and that boss, and I was like, that is just literally the egg, like, Mega Wisp boss, but white. At least, like, Fortress had that rail mechanic we just used. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, Forces is not thought of kindly on this channel.
Yeah, I really did not like Forces. But at least it wasn't Lost World. Oh man, Lost World can go eat one.
Yeah. Yeah, the only build figure, I guess, that I'm interested in... I mean, I have the Deedlit figure that I mentioned earlier that I have is actually a build figure that that a friend of mine was kind enough to build for me.
Damn. Okay,
But-
I just messed that up.
But, there is one build in particular that I'd actually like you to look at. Or, I've shown it to you before, but one that I would like you to do. Which is the Escaflowne from the Vision of Escaflowne. Which is a series that I fell in love with recently, a few years back, and I was like, oh man, I wonder if there's figures of this, and then I found out there are, and I'm like, oh my god. So...
Yeah, I would probably do Escaflowne for you. That'd be a pretty cool one to build.
You should see and they have more of the other robots from the series available as build figures too, so I ought to send you those as well, because they look really awesome.
Yeah, there are some pretty rad robots.
For people watching this, go watch The Vision of Escaflowne. It's a great anime. It's like one of the oldest versions of an isekai, but it's done really, really well.
Yeah, before
And
everyone was doing Isekai.
Yeah, and it's also got Yoko Kanno as the composer. You know, the woman that did the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. Go watch it. It's really good.
Alright, so where the heck am I heading next? I guess I'll just keep unlocking... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I don't need that guy. I guess I'm going here.
Do you ever think that another 2D Sonic may get made thanks to the success of Mania?
I think it had a big chance, but after the failure of Sonic Origins, I'm not sure. Like, I'll say this. I know Sonic in 3D does not work well in 2D. Like,
Right.
I will admit, the worst stages in this game are the 2D ones. So, it's going to come down to if and when they really want to give a crack at making 2D work. But that's its own development type, you know?
Okay. Well, I was just saying, like, if you'd... Do you think, like, the people that made Sonic Mania be given another chance at making another one of those
Again,
games?
I think the chance was on the table, and then they time crunched to Origins, and I think that chance is now dead.
Yeah, but
As much as I
I mean,
hate to say it.
crunch is a very real thing. I mean, we were talking earlier about... I was telling y'all earlier about Pokemon having its own, like, glaring problems with its latest releases, and that's because they released two open-world games in 1 year, in the same year,
Dang.
and I haven't played Arceus, but I can tell you for certain from footage that I have remembered seeing from it that it looks way more stable than Scarlet and Violet has in this first week of its release.
Yeah. Okay, I
So-
do not know how to attack this freaking bird. But I can tell that attacking it is how I'm supposed to probably get across.
Can you not do like your little ring thing around it, your little loop-de-loop?
I mean, I could try, but he's in the air. That seems to only affect things on the ground.
Well, it got you rings at least.
See, like, I can't lock on and throw my sonic boom at it. Even though I am locked onto it. Just sonic boom stays on the ground. But I can tell I'm supposed to get to that island over there. Maybe I need to go over here somehow. Just gonna run along until we find a way. And I will say already, this is probably my least favorite island, simply because it is trying to make you get into these 2D segments with all these platforms.
Well, I mean, I would say that this island probably is a little muted, kind of dull looking, I think. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand it's supposed to be volcanic and ashy, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But you could add like some more colors. Like, I feel like it's that one plankton line.
Oh god, it's one of these.
See if I can find the sound clip that I'm thinking of. Really, the one time I ever want to find that one plankton clip on a soundboard thing, and it's not here. Okay, it's the bit where Plankton says, "Hope you like gray."
Yeah.
It would have now. It would have been funnier if I actually had the sound. Man,
Oh well.
can't have shit on the internet.
Not if people keep enforcing copyright protections.
Well, at least we have. At least I have this.
That you do.
I'm so happy I have that. It's one of the most fun things ever. Because that way I can end up just being the good old on here. Just get to clown around and have fun.
Yep. Okay.
Brain aneurysm? Yep, it's the brain aneurysm meme. I was trying to find a fairly unique fart sound because every person that has a soundboard has to at least have one fart sound. And I was like, well, what can I do to... How will I make mine stand out? And I was like, oh, wait, I just go for the brain aneurysm one because I found it on the website that I used to get my sound clips from. So, there we go. So yeah, I have that as my sound on my soundboard.
I almost got him to lock on. I hate this bird so much. Okay, that confirms that I'm supposed to be able to hit this freaking bird. Almost.
Yeah, this is reminding me of that one Skyrim glitch. I think probably the worst Skyrim glitch I encountered. That's what it's reminding me of.
Yeah, because you see that the triangle starts to form around it, like it knows to lock on, but it doesn't want to lock on.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was literally touching him. How did that not hit his hitbox? Come on, get closer. I need you on the ground. And now shoot.
Again, I am remembering this one Skyrim glitch. So, bit of a long story with this one, but back around the time Skyrim had first released, cool software you can get is Windows Zone, basically Sonic 1. You play on your desktop. He can push windows and jump on them and spawn them from the game like platforms or springs. Like the debug mode?
Say what? I'm pausing so I can read this. Cool software. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of fun.
Okay, so it is sort of like... Okay, so it's sort of like debug. Okay. Interesting. Well,
Let's see, it's daylight.
Speaking of bug, I think this was a bug that I encountered where... So back during Skyrim's first release, I was exploring like usual, going up one of the mountains, getting a word of power, as you do. And every word of power on a mountaintop has a dragon fight with it. And it's like, okay, Where's the dragon? It's just flying around the mountaintop. Okay, I need to lure it over here. I start shooting it with arrows, but it's just looping around and then staying in place, flap its wings, loop around, stay in place. Like, it wasn't coming towards me, but it was registering as an enemy on the map, so I couldn't fast travel anywhere. It was just stuck in this loop, and it wasn't landing. I don't remember if I did kill it or what happened afterwards. It was just a weird dragon glitch, because, you know, let's face it, Skyrim glitches are...
Yeah, they are notorious.
There are two kinds of things that keep Skyrim alive, and it's the mods and the glitches.
Yeah, I'm looking up this dang bird thing real quick.
It seems like you've got almost all the upgrades, too.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just one upgrade away from having all the actual upgrades, and I'll just buy the auto mechanic and turn it off. Yeah, I don't know what they're expecting you to do here, because they obviously show where you need to go. It's just, how the heck do you get over there without grabbing that bird? He's got bar legs. So you're supposed to grab onto those probably to get up to the rings to do a lightspeed dash to get over there, because it has a trail of rings.
If you had that tornado spin from Sonic Heroes, maybe that would have done something.
That would have been perfect, actually. Just circle, control stick, action button. Why they didn't include tornado, I don't know. That would have actually been really awesome.
Actually, yeah, there are some moves from Sonic's moveset in the past that probably could have done really well here.
Can't find anything on the bird.
And again, it's like kind of like when we were talking about how it felt like, oh no, they didn't put in the light speed dash, when it turns out they did. They just remapped it in the most awkward sounding way ever.
Okay, let's see. 1 second. I noticed someone was like, how to fly on this island. Think you do that by grabbing the bird. I just don't know how the heck you do it. So, yeah, there's one of those birds. What the hell are they doing? That's a weird glitch. Okay, that they could have explained that way better. Okay, wow. So, in the dark soulification of Sonic, everything at some point comes back to parry.
You have to parry the laser back.
You have to parry the laser back, and then
I was thinking
parry.
I was thinking it may have had to have been that, but I didn't know if I should have said anything, because for all I know, it might not have been the solution.
Yeah, it was parry, and then we wait till it like gets us where we need to be, which I guess is on the return there. I can use it to try and jump onto the stone pillar.
I don't think that's...
Yep, that's it.
I mean, granted, it's kind of like, you know, it's like, oh, well, you used your parry before on bosses and such, but it's like...
Okay, so I needed to do that, and then once I got that light speed dash, use a boost to get me... Okay, now I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, granted, I think we should have realized that, considering you used the parry against the missiles and everything, but...
Still, that's, Ah, dang it. Yeah, and you gotta, like, hit the alcove just right.
So the game encourages Skyrim climbing.
Kind of, yeah. You actually do a lot of Skyrim climbing in this game. Like, I'm actually surprised by the amount of intentional Skyrim climbing. Ah, dang it, I was just short on that one. And you literally saw me do it, so you know that's how you get up there. Damn it, missed that parry. Alright, come on, get me to where I need to go, buddy. Wish I had some control over the bird. That would be pretty nice.
I just wish the camera didn't look weird when you're on it.
Yeah, no, it's actually really horrible. Ah, dang it. Literally did it on my first try. Now I can't get back up there. I mean, it's cool that they're trying to give you, like, environmental things to do, though. Like, that is new.
Yeah.
Ah, dang it.
Okay, so you know what I think would probably make a better color palette for this place? Kind of more of an orange type of look, similar to that one, like, hot mountain volcanic spot in Sonic Adventure 1.
Yeah, Red Skull, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
And then...
Or
even the Sonic 06 freaking volcano level looks better than this.
yeah, I mean, it looks fine in the daylight. It's just... It's again, hope you like gray. Just it looks very dull.
What the...
Eh?
Okay, so you can glide on the bird.
I think you just accidented that.
Yeah, I did.
Will it respawn?
That's what I'm waiting for. If not,
Did you
it's
just...
gonna be...
Did you just... Oop,
Yeah, may have just...
you oops-a-daisied, oops.
Yeah, I think what I need to do is maybe try these rails over here now. See if I can go around.
Oops.
Whoops. The intentional way does not work now.
Well, maybe that wasn't the intentional...
Maybe it wasn't? No, dang it, Sonic. There we go. Let's see.
That was really weird, though.
Yeah. Again, that's the one thing I will say about this game that is odd, is it introduces so many mechanics without any explanation.
Well, I mean, it does explain them, I think, at some point, but it's just like, oh, how are you supposed to tell that you do this thing to an enemy?
Or it tells you in a pause menu.
Yeah. Like the Lightspeed dash thing,
Yeah.
which...
Yeah, there's no
I have it-
pop-up in-game to tell you how to lightspeed dash. You just gotta read the pause menu and hope
But
that it
it's like,
appears
what-
before you need it.
I'm just still baffled that it's clicking the left stick in. That's just not... No, that goes so far against the instinct for me.
Oh yeah, no.
Because that, as I've said, that can screw with the movement a little bit, you know?
It definitely do. It definitely do. Alright, here we go. Let's see what this level is. Please be 3D.
Watch it be 1D and you have to navigate just a single dot.
Yeah, that would happen with our luck.
Or like a 4D movie and suddenly you can smell the level. So would you say that the combat actually is pretty good or serviceable?
I'd say it's better than serviceable, but I wouldn't say really good. I'd say it's pretty good. Like, for their first attempt at really putting combat in a Sonic game, not bad. They tried a little in 06, and this definitely works better than that. but to say like, oh yeah, they just nailed it on their first try, nah.
They're definitely probably not going to reach the levels of Sonic Battle or that one fan Sonic fighting game that was released.
No, but I wouldn't expect them to.
Have you played more of that Sonic fan
Dude,
fighting game?
I have. It's really good. Honestly, I think Sonic needs to have another Sonic the Fighters.
I mean, wouldn't this fan fighting game kind of be that, though?
In some ways, yes. In others, no. I think that an actual, like, 3D Sonic Fighter is a good idea for the series.
You mean like those Naruto games?
Well, controlling better than those, but... Did you never see Sonic the Fighters?
I mean, I've seen footage. I haven't played it, but
Oh,
I
I
imagine
played
if
a
I
lot
did
of
play
it
it, I would have
growing
hated
up,
it as a
but,
kid.
I mean, kind of like... More like Tekken, but with furries.
Okay, so less like an Arc Systems game. Okay.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if they add Mecha Sonic to it, I'm gonna be a tad interested because I'm a tad biased thanks to growing up with flash animations of a particular kind of series.
Oh, yeah. We all
I don't
know.
even know. Is that even still on anymore? Because I know the guy remade the first episode, but
I don't know if he got around to remaking any more of it.
or no,
but-
he did another episode. Did he do a third one though? Nope, still no new third episode. Just seems to be a lot of updates, which is fine.
Oh,
Just
I literally just ran off of that, looking for the freaking red ring.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we're referring to Super Mario Bros. Z, which was from the early 2000s, where it was like this mashup of Sonic and Mario with Dragon Ball Z style combat, and I understand on paper that sounds like it would not be very fun to watch and be kind of cringy, but it's actually aged a bit better than you expect.
I mean, he's
Like-
not wrong.
It like some of those fights are legitimately still kind of hype.
Yeah.
And then the remakes, and then the two new episode remakes that he made, because the guy that made it is remaking the series because it's been a number of years and he's become a bit more proficient
Damn it.
with his sprite stuff and how do I put this? He I guess maybe he also just got tired of how the story was going, so he was like, all right, I want to revamp it and just do this again. So he is. And the first two episodes of said remake are out, and they are pretty decent, and they're pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah.
He definitely shows a lot of passion for doing this. I think the other reason why he had to stop was because of copyright stuff, because of course, but
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, it was the early days of freaking Newgrounds.
yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can do it with 25 rings and an S rank. I'm gonna retry it now.
Yeah, overall it was like watching that as a kid was the hypest shit ever.
Oh, God, dude. It was freaking awesome. No doubt.
So hence, whenever I see Mecha Sonic be shown to just still be that like destructive force that he was in the series, I'm like,
Yeah. Well,
like
I mean,
in one
here's the thing. The games have now, if we are going to continue with the IDW Comics canon being part of the games, brought back Mecha Sonic. He isn't going to be the powerhouse of, like, Super Mario Z. He's actually turned into a pacifist and runs, like, a robot aisle of rejected toys and shit. Like, every dilapidated robot that's just been destroyed and is unloved now are his people. But
I
yeah,
don't know how to
it's-
feel about that.
yeah, but they do actually show Mecha Sonic, and it's like, yeah, I was abandoned by Eggman. He never rebuilt me. He worked on metal and sees me as some lesser deity, but that's fine. I've made my own life.
Huh. Are the IDW comics any good? Are they like definitely worth a weed? Are they worth a read?
They might
they
be
worth
worth a toke, my friend.
Are they worth are they worth a blunt and a good read?
I would
or,
say
or a
yes.
read with a good blunt.
I would definitely say they're worth a read with a good blunt. I mean, I grew up reading the Archie series, but I like the IDW stuff so far. It really isn't bad. I think
Because I don't know how big the continuity of that is, because that's usually the barrier to entry for a lot of comic book stuff, where it's like, oh
here's
man,
my thing. The continuity got reset because when they started doing it like 3-4 years ago, Archie got completely canceled. So IDW just took the reins and started their own story, and then there's only been like 3 main arcs since they took over. So
okay.
you get
So
into
no-
it, and it's
So no DC or Marvel style multiverse weirdness where it's like, oh, this cool moment of a really poignant level of writing happens in X issue of Universe Y with writer Z but artist D, not artist C, but where they worked with writer Z.
no. There's a few like one-off issues, and there's some of the side stuff. Like there was a few Tangle comics that aren't in the main run, and they might be referenced in the IDW comic, but even then, like, they give an explanation to what happened in the background in those issues. So if you
Okay.
didn't read them, you're okay. You just know, like, oh, Tangle and Whisper were doing something over here, and this is the result of it. If you want to know more, go find the collection of these, or go buy these comics secondhand from somebody, because, you know, good luck finding comics over 2 years old in a comic store anymore.
Are they? They're not. So they're not very widely available.
They are pretty widely available. I mean, when I was reading Archie comics back in the day, I bought them at a local freaking, like, not an HEB, but like a mom and pop chain store. Every comic store I go to has most IDW comics, not just Sonic. So that's not really an issue. It's just finding back issues that's really the problem. It was the
Okay.
same with me in like completing my Archie collection. I have a complete collection of every Sonic the Hedgehog comic released by Archie. I have
Oh, wow.
most of the super specials and most of the side comics, but I am missing some of the side comics.
Have you ever taken stock and seen how much those could be worth online?
Oh, a lot, dude. And I had to buy a few online, so I can tell you a couple of my issues are well over $100.
Jesus Christ.
But I needed them to complete the collection, and I can say, like,
I
if you
mean-
wanted to read the entire Archie saga from start to finish, just come on by and spend like 2 weeks. It can be done.
Wow.
Oh, damn it.
Well, I would I don't know, comics for me have just been kind of a barrier to entry for a lot, which is kind of why a lot of people have been gravitating more towards manga, because manga at the very least is a more just cohesive story of like, yeah, sometimes it can be lengthy, but it's still just one story that you're keeping track of, or one universe you're keeping track of.
Yeah, no,
the only
I
one
can
that's getting a bit
understand.
more, the only series to that's kind of getting a bit more like DC or Marvel continuity level is One Piece. Due to
I'd
its-
say that already passed that a long time ago.
Yeah, due to its size, it's become this nebulous of like, oh no, there's a lot of continuity you kind of need to understand about how cool it is for character X to be in arc Y when they showed up only for a couple panels in arc C, you know?
Yeah. Like, I've started watching the One Piece anime a little, because I never really grew up with One Piece. And
Yeah,
I was
I've thought
into
about
it.
getting more into One Piece because the only time I've ever seen One Piece was seeing like what is considered one of the best arcs in the show, which is the Water 7 arc.
Okay.
And I only saw that on Toonami with the dub, which
Okay.
I understand is blasphemy for a lot of you, but I actually don't think the dub sounds bad. Anywho, gonna have a hell of a time keeping track with certain
Oh
arcs.
boy, you're
Yeah.
gonna have a hell of a time keeping track on certain arcs. Yeah, no, that's what
Yeah.
I hear. Like, I want to kind of understand the One Piece thing, essentially because the series is finally coming to an end. If it was still gonna be going, like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be writing One Piece for another 5-10 years, I'd be like, screw One Piece, I don't care.
Yeah,
But since he's like, I'm actually ending the series, okay, now I'm interested. There's an actual end in sight. Thank God.
albeit like it's not an end that's probably gonna be seen for another like 2 or 3 years, maybe possibly 5.
Yeah, but
But
at least
the
there
fact
is
that
an
apparently
end.
there's an
And it's
end
like, he
phase.
is working
There's
towards it now. So it's like, okay,
Yeah, working towards an ending.
working
here.
towards an ending. I'll give your story a shot because
Yeah.
I felt this was going to kind of become a Berserk thing where he was going to die and this story was not done.
Yeah, although Berserk is actually still continuing because Miura left a lot of notes about Berserk's continuation, and his good friend, who's also a mangaka, I forget his name, but it was Mori something. But he was like, well, Miura trusted me with these notes, and he and I talked a lot about our manga together whenever we went out drinking, because
Japanese
whenever
drinking culture.
you know how well I mean I was also saying like you know how people joke about the boat in Berserk, like the boat hiatus where Guts and the others were just on a boat for a while.
Yeah.
That was because Miura took a long break so that he could actually live a life, which most mangaka
Don't
authors
do.
don't do at all.
Yeah, no. Mangaka with a life? Are you mad?
Yeah. Hence why I don't think Kishimoto even works in manga right now at all.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Okay, here's the
I think he
boss.
tried to start something, but it didn't work. But in any case,
It's called Night. I think you'll get
Oh,
it once
that-
you see it.
What will you do?
Again, a great model kit.
it looks like a Xenoblade monster.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
We're
Damn.
gonna take the squid for a ride.
Anywho, so Mike says I'm only in the 200. It's good, but sometimes I gotta go online to understand. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm at, I think, episode 106. And so far it makes sense for the most part.
The only thing that I'd probably be more into wanting to read the manga than watch the anime, because the anime's production, when it's like in its phases, in its early phases, sometimes can look a little rough and cheap.
I mean, you're not wrong, but hey, same with like Chainsaw Man or One Punch.
I mean, I haven't seen Chainsaw Man yet, but have only really seen good animation in that show. But I get what you mean.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just
all
saying, like,
animation
I've
has their
seen panels
shortcuts.
from the manga that are like, whoa, that is literal freaking dirt.
Well, in any case, like, all anime productions have their moments of like, okay, this is clearly just a shorthand thing, but One Piece in particular has some moments that are a bit,
Oh yeah.
wow, all right, that looks a bit jank. But
Yeah, I like the show because like I'm busy studying, I'm working on getting other IT certifications, and I can have a show going on in the background, keep up with the dialogue, or it's something to watch before I go to work in the morning. But it allows me to also have this channel or do other things. I'm not wasting my time like reading and having to really pay attention to nothing else.
yeah, my deal with manga is that you can just blast through it more easily than I would an anime episode, especially considering the anime does have its filler.
Yeah, fair enough. He
Which,
killed the
granted, there
squid.
is also like a One Piece fan guide that's all about making sure that you go past the filler. But I still think I'd rather at least read the manga. But the Wano arc animation though looks really nice. Like, I've seen some of the stuff on there, and I'm like, okay, they clearly went up more on the animation on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, One Piece, I would like to start it, but I do not have the time nor the money to invest into it at this time.
Yeah, I think that's most people.
But it is going to be an interesting deal to see that end, because
One Piece is like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, but for manga. Like, it's one of the biggest properties from there.
Yeah.
So hearing that that's going into its final phases is like, it'd be like saying like, oh no, for real guys, DC, we are DC Comics, for realsies, Superman is actually going to end and stop.
Yeah, I would never expect them to actually end Superman, but if that became a plot, dude, I'd want to read Superman, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Or,
It's like,
I don't
okay,
know.
I want to at least be a part of, like, seeing this end, because this has been an American tradition for a few decades.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing. It's like, when we were growing up, like, the freaking Crown Princes, the Buku, like, this is anime, is One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto.
Yeah.
Naruto
And
ended.
Naruto ended. Bleach is having its anime be revived with the new animation of the final arc of the manga.
Yeah.
And One Piece just kept going strong, but it lost its prevalence thanks to the 4Kids dub, but it got its revival, and then the Wano arc happened, which made it get really popular.
Yeah.
And fun enough, actually, somebody asked the author of the manga, like, if the characters were in our real world, like, what countries would they be from? You know, what would they be? And according to Oda, he says Luffy would be Brazilian.
I heard that, actually.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember all of them, but I think Zoro was Japanese, Luffy was Brazilian.
I mean,
I'm gonna look it
considering
up,
they
actually.
literally call Zoro Mr. Bushido, yeah, he's Japanese. And Sanji is French.
Was Sanji French?
I mean, I would
gonna
give
take a
him
look.
French because of his cuisine.
Okay, so got it. Someone asks, if the setting of One Piece were the real world, what would the nationalities of the 9 members of the Straw Hats Pirates be? This has not been updated for any new members that were added later. I heard about one character getting added from the Wano arc, but this has not been updated for that. So Luffy, as I said, Brazilian. Zoro would be Japanese. Nami is Swedish. Usopp is African. Sanji is French. Chopper is Canadian. Robin is Russian?
That makes sense.
Huh. Frankie is American. That makes sense. And then Brooke would be Austrian. And Brooke is the skeleton guy with the afro.
Haven't met him yet, but yeah.
But yeah, I do like what I've seen from One Piece, not just for the memes that are just really random. Although the memes apparently did really help for the series' popularity.
Oh god, yeah, no doubt.
That tends to usually happen for a lot of series sometimes, where the meme ends up helping perpetuate the game. Again, look at Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
That like the "you're breathtaking" thing got so popular, it ended up being a pose you could do in the game's photo mode. Along with the Joker dance when Joaquin Phoenix is dancing down the stairs.
Yeah.
They made that a thing you could pose as in photo mode.
I mean, that works for me, though.
Nerd warning, Borik's name is pronounced Bur-Oak. Oh.
Like Baroque works, almost?
Baroque. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's Baroque, not Brook.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't have gleaned that. Might be. Actually, yeah, that probably makes sense with how they pronounce his name with Japanese, yeah. But yeah, I've just not really been much on watching anime lately because just other things have been occupying my headspace, and I dropped the streaming service I used, and then a lot of things about certain streaming services came out, which made me really not inclined to want to indulge that. But
Yeah. I mean,
Man,
you gotta
Chainsaw
remember,
Man looks-
Crunchyroll did start out as a piracy site.
yeah, but
One I
man,
used
Chainsaw
to
Man looks.
use as a kid, but now they want me to pay for it. Screw you,
I mean, they
Crunchyroll.
want to be a legitimate company, which is
I
kind of
don't
the
blame
goal.
them, but they make such weird decisions.
yeah, they make some pretty pissant, stupid decisions.
Yeah, like,
That high Guardian Spice thing was probably one of their biggest missteps ever.
which again,
But-
I don't mind the idea of like doing in-house anime or teaming up with, you know, studios and having shows made just for your platform. That's not a bad idea. But who in your audience were you actually trying to appeal to?
Yeah. But in any case, yeah, Chainsaw Man looks fun. I still have yet to finish a lot of shows that I started on. The Funimation merger was also part of the thing that
God,
Like,
another Green Hill level.
like what I would want is to also finish Megalobox season 2, because I kicked myself for not finishing that because I really liked it when I started it.
Okay, this is kind of odd.
Let's see. So Megalobox season 2. Chainsaw Man's the one I want to look at. What's another one? I haven't. There was one called The Faraway Paladin that looked really cool, where it was about a person, about a young man who wanted to grow up to become a paladin to learn about the world and why it had reached a demise, and he had actually been raised by 3 undead people. That one intrigued me. To Your Eternity, that's another show that got me. I watched like half of that first season, and apparently a season 2 is being made, which made me really excited, but I'm also like, damn it, I didn't keep up with it. I need to catch up.
Oh, damn.
Trying to think, what else is there? There's an anime being made of a Junji Ito manga, so that's something.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. I will watch it. I love Junji Ito.
I think it was Uzumaki
Makes sense.
is the one that's being made.
Believe it.
Actually, what even is coming out in this winter season? I know a popular one that I think is getting another season is that Rising of the Shield Hero show, which is like, I'm not too interested because again, isekais, I'm a bit picky with those, but I will give my respects.
Oof, 90 rings. Okay, we can do that. Let's try an S rank and 90 rings.
I will give my respects though for the dub of that series because the actor who played the main character was Bill Lee Kametz, who sadly passed away. What? I don't know if it was this year or last year, but he passed away recently.
Yeah.
He also voiced one of the characters in Persona 5 Royal. Isekais be like, gotta distract the dragon, throws a carrot.
Yeah.
Yeah, hence why I prefer to go for shows for isekais that have a bit of a different premise. Again like Escaflowne, or like Isekai Oji-san, like Uncle from Another World, where it's literally about this older uncle who wakes up from a coma that he'd been in for years.
Yeah, I think I saw that on Netflix.
Yeah, and he wakes up, his nephew's like, hey, you've been in a coma for like blank many years, and then his first question to his nephew is Sega still making consoles?
Oh god.
And that felt like it had such you energy.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, that's
Like-
all I want now that I'm back. Like, is
It's
Sega
like-
still making consoles? Because I could use some Phantasy Star Online right now.
Are you able to lightspeed dash in this level?
Yeah, but you don't want to because you can fall through the rails.
Oh.
And if you hit any of these dash pads, you go into a drift state. And this game, unlike Unleashed, doesn't actually have drifting built into Sonic's moveset.
That's kind of dumb.
So the turning is absolute garbage. That's why when I was collecting the red rings, you saw I didn't actually touch any of the pads. I took like a minute and a half and was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like slowly maneuver through here. Let's see.
Yeah,
I think
that's-
I'm literally half a second away from having an S rank. Yeah, I'm half a second away from having an S rank.
Wow, that's dumb.
Yeah, literally half a second and 5 milliseconds. I'm going to do it again, but I'm actually
Yeah.
going to dash a little this time.
Oh right,
wanted to do it
I
for the
forgot. I
rings.
did also watch a bit of the winter or like the fall half of JoJo's Part 6,
Yep.
but I haven't finished that part on Netflix yet.
Huh. Tell me how
I
it
will
goes.
though because I'm knee deep in JoJo's now, and so far the quicksand of JoJo's has me around the ankles and it won't let me go. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. Oh, it's Memorial. Oh, they're doing a re-release of the Golden Arc movies for Berserk.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Honestly, though, I think I'd rather just watch the 1997
Yeah, no, the
1997 series on
1997 one
Netflix.
is the ultimate way to do it.
God, I can't believe that got added to, or is gonna get added to Netflix along with Monster. Like, I remember seeing that announcement on Twitter, and I had to do a double take on the image because I was like, you can't be serious. Like, really? Netflix is getting Monster and 1997 Berserk, two anime series that have been in licensing hell for the better part of, Jesus, over a decade. Probably, yeah, easily over a decade. And it's happening. It's real. Like, it's actually a thing. Oh, man. Just cannot be happier
True.
about that. That's so good. And of course, I see a oh yeah, Mob Psycho season 3. I need to watch that. God damn it.
Yeah, a lot of good shows out, just not a lot of time.
Yeah. I see an isekai show about a protagonist that gets reborn as a sword.
I saw one where a dude got born as a vending machine.
Yeah, that's a real one.
Yeah.
Just, I think I literally found an AI generator thing that AI generated a light novel name for me, and the name actually sounded like it'd be an interesting premise of I was reborn in another world and started its first host club.
Okay, that actually would be a pretty good premise. Like, wow.
I know, right? That's kind of
That would
weirdly
be
fit.
pretty new for an isekai, and I'd be down to watch it. Like, okay, let's see
Yeah,
where this
it's-
one's going.
It sounds kind of interesting, so I was like, huh.
Yeah.
But
Gives
that
me
doesn't
some
exist
Goron
yet.
vibes, so let's do it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm looking at the fall lineup for this year, and yeah, the big ones were Spy Family season 2 and Chainsaw Man.
I mean, fair enough.
Let's see. So winter for next year. What are we looking at? Oh yeah, Vinland Saga season 2,
Oh yeah, you're all over that.
January 9th. I'm gonna be all over that shit. If things work out the way in that season that I hope they do, it will be the best anime I have ever seen.
I mean, here's hoping. I know you really have a lot of hope for that series.
That isekai would go in r/oddly fitting. Yeah, it really would. But yeah, I've been on the ball with the Vinland Saga manga, and it's getting really interesting in certain bits, and the arc that's being adapted to the anime has some really great moments for Thorfinn. I won't spoil, but there are gonna be some really good moments. The only thing that I fear is that people will kind of start to get a bit weirded out by the direction of it because it's not going to be as action focused.
Look, so long as he
But-
doesn't marry his hot sister back in their village, we're probably okay.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
Thank God.
I have read far enough in the series. He does not do that.
Good. See, this will be a wholesome family manga.
Yeah, wholesome family manga of horrific violence within the Viking era.
I mean, what else could you ask for?
I just still say that easily one of the most interesting ways of portraying Valhalla ever was done thanks to Vinland Saga. And we'll likely see it in season 2.
I would love to
Hopefully.
see
Hopefully, I don't know.
if they don't, I'll show you the manga panel because it's really good. But there was season 1 of Vinland Saga has one misstep for me, and it's such a nitpicky misstep, but it's still a misstep. Where, you know, when Thorkel is scaring that one dude who used to work with Askeladd, and he like regresses mentally and just shuts down.
Technology is networked to cyberspace. If I can get it back online,
You remember that
maybe
scene?
it gets
I think
managed.
so.
Well, in the manga, that scene is portrayed as like, oh no, Thorkel looks like a demon to these guys. He doesn't look like a normal human being. Like, I can send you the panel later, but it's really terrifying looking.
I'd love to see.
Looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh monster.
God, so many guns.
And then in the anime, it's just kind of a boring pan-up of Thorkel's upper half, and he's just... It doesn't look as intimidating. So, yeah. Like, it's a small thing, but... Man. Well, who do you think? Who'd have thunk? I look up Thorkel manga and I immediately find what I'm looking for. Now, if only it won't be a WebP file. Please don't be a WebP file. Thank God. WebP files piss me off. That's what the P in the WebP stands
That was
for.
on par with Dark Gaia.
For piss.
I feel like we need to find the emeralds pronto.
Agreed. We'll
Alright,
rendezvous later.
I'm about to send you the image. Where is it? So it seems like there was some kind of major conflict between the Chaos beings and whatever happened here.
Yeah, it looks like the Chaos beings are the Coco, and there was a giant war, and they extincted themselves.
Okay.
Now, why they extincted themselves has not been explained yet. We just know that's probably what happened.
Alright, I sent you the image.
Okay, I will look at it after the stream.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just like, okay, I can understand why they didn't animate that because it does look like a very busy panel. Because guess what? Adapting a comic to animation is really tough because you got to simplify a lot of designs to make things easier to animate. But I'm like, it could have gone for a still
Yeah,
or something.
it's like there were options here. Y'all just didn't
I
do
don't-
it.
Yeah, but I'm not. But I shouldn't be saying 0 out of 10 for that because that's just getting into petty, nitpicky horse shit.
Yeah.
And that's the
It's
last
like
thing
we
I
are
wanna
not
do
the
here.
animators, so...
Yeah. Oh right, a Nier Automata anime is being made.
Yo, what?
Yeah. By A1
pretty
Pictures, but yeah, Nier Automata anime is being made. I completely forgot about that.
That'll be cool.
Let's see. There's a rom-com I remember seeing that's popular about a boyish a tomboy.
I just want a second season of whatever that one on freaking Amazon was about, like, I forget. It was some big dude. They were in an office. I forget. It was good though.
Big dude in office. Wotakoi?
Yeah, Watakoi, I think.
Yeah, I kind of want to season 2 of that too, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Sadly, no. I don't think it got big enough.
Shame,
in
because it
Japan.
was a really nice little slice of life rom-com
Yeah,
about just
I like slice of life, man. Like, you know, nothing wrong with some slice of life. What is wrong is this game continually locking me in 2D to progress.
Fate Strange. Wow, more Fate anime. They just really love milking that franchise.
I do not see the appeal, but you know what? Hey, if it sells, they're gonna keep making it.
Ooh, what's this one? Revenger. Looks like a series of... Okay. Ours no Kyoju.
Good, I'm gonna unlock some more rails.
Okay. Looks kind of neat. Ours no Kyoji. Asahi, like the beer? Asahi Productions? When did a brewery start making anime?
When they
How'd you feel about Studio Budweiser?
I mean, I did enjoy the Bud Knight saga, so if they figured out, hey, you know what, we could sell more Bud Light with anime waifus, I just want to see the campaign first.
I know. Well, what's your absolute favorite Sonic game? That's a better question for Jordan.
For me, I don't know. I found S ranking SA2 to be really rewarding. I really enjoyed doing that as a kid, going through all the missions and like S ranking it. So it's nostalgia talking, but that's probably my favorite. 06 was really good, except for all the jank. Again, nostalgia talking. Replaying a lot of them now, though, like, I don't know. I might even say it's this now, because Lost World was bad. Forces was bad. Shadow's fun for, like, the first 3 playthroughs, and then you have to do it, like, 6 more times to get the true ending, which just got annoying. Heroes, bad. I mean, not really. It was pretty good, but, like, I don't enjoy Heroes that much. Adventure 1 and 2, honestly, Sonic made a great transition into 3D. And then they just started to suck from there once they stopped making consoles. The classic games are great. Sonic's 1 through 3 and Knuckles, nothing wrong with that. Like, the first one's kind of slow and you gotta play it really carefully, but I play it over a Mario game any day. Knuckles Chaotix was a fun little twist on things. Again, I would love to see another Sonic the Fighters. I love fighting games, so why not? Sega Sonic, the arcade game. I have played it on emulator. That's actually a lot of fun. Then mostly it's all the fan games. Like, sad to say, but Sonic is done better by fans than Sega most of the time. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. I like all the Sonic games. It's just put me on the spot. I don't know what my favorite would be anymore, because I've gotten kind of jaded by the series, but still got a lot of good memories. This is just doing it better than they have in a long time.
Yeah, I don't really have much of a favorite because I just remember playing the adventure games mostly.
I think that's a lot of people. Adventure just did it so well.
Let's see. But what I was gonna say earlier, I was gonna say I want a visual novel where it's different brands of beer incarnated as cute anime girls.
You would. I could honestly see you reading that. Why did I not homing attack that? I was just punching in the air.
But yeah, I just or like, but yeah, there'd be, let's see, for American branches of animation that'd be like American beer brand studios. It'd be Studio Budweiser, Studio Coors Light.
Actually, both would just be Studio Anheuser. They're made by the same company.
Oh.
Anheuser-Busch
Okay.
owns Bud Light and Coors and all that. It's
Hold
really
on,
the same product.
I gotta check something real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's see. Internet's probably done that already. Done what already? Oh yeah, the Anheuser stuff probably. I would not be surprised by that. I probably have enough for this red emerald, so I'm going to go after it. Okay, so we probably get to that island from there. Okay, we gotta find our way to the orange light.
I'm back, and I'm back, and I have a special guest.
Oh,
My dog.
okay.
My
yes.
dog Bonnie.
Hooray! We got the bonds.
Got my Labrador Bonnie up here.
Hell
She
yeah.
just I need to let her outside, so now she came up for some attention.
Gotcha. Let's see. So I'm
Let's see,
trying
so-
to figure out where the objective is.
I'd actually watch an anime from a studio called Stella Artois.
Yeah,
I'd be into that.
I'd be into that too. That'd be pretty cool.
All right, so looking more.
I'm gonna get up
Wait,
there.
Ancient Magus Bride is getting a second season?
Really? That's
Huh.
pretty dope news.
Huh. All right. Dr. Stone's getting a third season. I hear that's really popular.
Yeah. Trying to see. Looks like there's a way back
Oh.
to the island off of that rail.
Okay.
That's what it was.
That's
I know how to make gunpowder from watching Dr. Stone. Yeah. Yeah.
that show's interesting.
It really is.
Oh yeah, the Tokyo Mew Mew remake. I hear that's not gotten very good reception.
I mean, Tokyo Mew Mew in 2022, I didn't expect it to.
Let's see. Movie-wise, nothing new on movie. Okay. Into summer 2023. Nothing really interesting. I'm still shocked about Cardfight Vanguard having such a huge fan base.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anybody that plays that.
I mean, maybe not here in the States, but maybe in Japan.
Alright, and then the to be announced anime section.
All I want is fishing coins.
Tate no Yusha no. Oh, wait, that's Shield Hero. Goblin Slayer's getting a second season?
Oh, hell yeah.
Huh. I figured the bad taste that it left in people's mouths would have probably canned the show.
Maybe in the West, but not in Japan.
Well, I guess
Land
that's
of the
in,
Rising, I don't care.
actually another one to add on to that same category. One Punch Man's getting a third season.
Yeah. Season 2 didn't work too well. Well, too bad we're making a third one.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of soured a bit to One Punch Man's story after season 1 because it felt like the joke wore thin, I think. Because it's like, how long can you do the same gag of like, oh, super cool fight with characters that can put up fights against big bad. Saitama comes along and then just breathes in the enemy's post code, and then suddenly they're destroyed.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Uzumaki thing, we don't have any air date for it, but it is a thing. It's going to be like a 4-episode series.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so
Let's
we're heading
see.
all the way to that end. Alright, let's just try to avoid the lava.
Wait, is that Spice and Wolf? Is Spice and Wolf getting a continuation?
If not, it might be getting remade.
Oh my god. That's actually kind of cool. I remember liking Spice and Wolf.
Me too.
Wait, there's something going on with the Uzumaki family from Naruto? No, Uzumaki is the name of a manga by Junji Ito, who's a very famous horror manga creator. And let's just say his works in the past have not exactly done well anime-wise, because they haven't exactly captured his spirit well. Like, there was that one anime collection that was supposed to be like a compilation of a bunch of his shorter manga combined into one series. But you know what I said earlier about how anime kind of having to do cut corners because they can't really do as much detail as the manga? The Junji Ito collection is the worst example of that. If you look at them side by side, you can definitely understand, like, oh wow, they just only did the slap of Junji Ito's name on this to sell a quick $1.
Yeah, Junji Ito, why he is remembered and people like me love him, is that it is truly Lovecraftian horror. Like, it is
psychological
dread of the fact the universe just does not care about you, and nothing is fair, and nothing will ever save you.
Or that there's just
you live
things that will
through
change
those.
in your life.
Yeah.
Or that there are things in humanity that will change and there's nothing you can do about it to fight it.
Yeah, there
Or
is
that there's
no fighting.
there's a lot of
Fate is
different themes.
inescapable.
There are a lot of different themes played into Junji Ito's manga. And
Yeah.
if you see some of his work, you'll probably understand why also it is so beloved among horror fans who are super into illustrations.
Not only that, but like, I believe he was one of the artists who had a like actual fear of women. So his portrayal of like women in general can be just straight up disturbing.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah,
What?
I think he had like a fear of women or something, so he literally made them the victims just to be an outlet.
I don't. I might need to find a source on that because that does not sound right to
Yeah,
me.
I remember it was one horror artist or another, and I was like, yeah, I fear women.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
straight
sound
up
like it'd be
gynophobia.
Junji Ito.
It probably isn't. I just know how female-centric his work can be sometimes, so it seems like
Yeah.
maybe that was him.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been him. He seems like too chill of a guy for that.
Fair enough.
Definitely not as chill. Definitely more chill than Hayao Miyazaki. I love the contrast that people have between Hayao Miyazaki and Junji Ito, where Junji Ito makes all this disturbing-looking imagery, but he's just a really nice dude. And then you like see Hayao Miyazaki's wondrous, majestic fantasy universes, and Miyazaki himself is just this jaded asshole.
He really is.
People have corroborated over saying like, oh no, like the man is an influence in the scope of anime and everything, but he is a jaded perfectionist asshole.
Oh yeah, no, he's probably worse to work for than Walt Disney, but you know what? His stuff does show a lot of raw talent from his studios.
It does. Just expect to probably get lorded over.
Yeah,
while
expect to
you're
have
working.
no freedom for like the next 12 years of your life. You work for him now.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, Osama ranking or King's ranking.
You know, they need to make like a second season of like that Seneko-san freaking Fox Girl anime. That was a pretty good, like, little feel-good anime. More fucking lava.
Let's see.
Can I? Yes. No doubt there's a safe way out.
Wait, there's plans for a Witch Hat Atelier anime? Oh, hell yeah!
Okay.
Do you know Witch Hat Atelier?
Nope, but it sounds pretty cool.
It's essentially like a manga about witches and learning about magic. It's got really nice art. I got the first volume for it on Bookwalker, and I can say for certain the art is very appealing and the magic system's pretty interesting.
Alright.
So that's really cool. Oh, Pluto! That's right! The author of Monster has another manga called Pluto that's apparently got some kind of anime planned.
That sounds pretty cool.
Studio M2, who are they? Okay, haven't really seen anything else they've made here. Okay, cool. Yeah, just not too many anime have caught my eye, although there are some standouts, but any of the ones that are super standouts for me are ones that are either like not aired yet or don't have any kind of release window. What the fuck? There's gonna be another FLCL?
Really?
Mont Blanc Pictures making it for 2023, and it's called FLCL Grunge.
Oh, thank God. That sounds like a step in the right direction.
And it's Mont Blanc Pictures only anime from the looks of it. Oh, boy, that's gonna be...
Hopefully
That's
some of
good.
the original folk that worked on it will be there to help.
Mm-hmm.
Like, FLCL is a little too influential to just give a first timer.
Yeah, possibly.
There we go.
Let's see. I'm just kind of looking down the list of these shows here because I do like anime and I do like watching it. I need to feel drawn to something and be excited.
Oh yeah, there's gonna definitely be mods for this game, dude. No doubt about that.
When Sonic Frontiers Code is more understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's
one mod in
freaking
particular
bad.
I can predict happening is probably the Cocos getting replaced with Chows.
Oh, definitely. I could see that happening. Or, you know, making sure stuff like this doesn't happen. There we go. I don't know. I like the Coco, man. I really do. Coco are cool.
I'm okay with them.
Like,
I
there's
just
not
think
a lot that they do, but they're cool. I like Coco.
I just like the Chows more though.
Fair enough, but like this is its own thing. Like,
Okay, yeah, that's kind of it as far as some of the anime that I can point out. All right, but yeah, in terms of shows, I do have a lot I need to catch up on, and some stuff I want to keep an eye on.
yeah.
I've also thought about trying out that Shaman King remake, but I hear it's kind
Not
of
heard good things.
yeah. I haven't heard super positive things either. I hear it's kind of an average look,
Yeah.
which sucks because I remember trying out like the first couple volumes of the Shaman King manga and thinking like, wow, I wish the 4Kids anime didn't neuter this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was
And-
for kids.
Yeah. But then this new Netflix series came out and I'm like, oh shit, it's actually happening. But then I saw some animation bits and I got less excited.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. And what explained it to me was that it was the same studio that did Fairy Tail, which I know should not be a point of judge. You know, some studios can work on shows that can look like dog shit in one season and then they end up making something else in a different anime season that looks really phenomenal and is really well done. You know, but you gotta... If you saw what you see, if you could understand what I saw in the trailers, you could probably understand my skepticism. Which is the same, because I actually really like Shaman King as a concept.
Yeah, it's not
You know,
bad
using
concept.
using the souls of the dead and absorbing their past experiences to use in combat. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's like if Soma Cruz Castlevania stuff was made into an anime, which I will tout as something that the Castlevania showrunners for Netflix should 100% do.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if Netflix is like, maybe we ended that too early.
Well, they're making another Castlevania series, but with Richter Belmont.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's called Castlevania Nocturne, and it's supposed to take place during the French Revolution. So that's pretty cool. But I'm thinking, like, have a full-on Soma Cruz story, along with, maybe even having an animated series of the 1999 battle that supposedly takes place before Aria of Sorrow, where we get to see Julius Belmont in action, who's, like, the Belmont of that game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Get
can
into
hope.
like the Castlevania 64 story, so no one has to play Castlevania 64.
If 3D Castlevania ever became actually retried, who's a studio you could possibly see developing it? Because I don't trust Konami with game development anymore. Because let's face it, even though they had a massive Silent Hill news drop, I don't trust
Wait,
them.
is there new Silent Hill news?
Didn't you see the news update that came out a while back, like that massive thing where they announced the Silent Hill 2 remake? You didn't see
What?
it?
I mean, I'm all for it. That is arguably the best game, and it'll be better than the HD re-release, I'm sure. But
You're serious?
What?
You have not heard of the? Okay. Well,
I mean,
let me
kind of
temper
excited?
let me temper those expectations a bit. So yes, Silent Hill 2 is actually getting fully remade with full-on, like, bigger graphics and more detailed character models, and even some of the original team is working on it. Even the composer is back.
Oh, I do love me some of the Silent Hill original soundtrack.
However, the tempering of expectations begins when you see the developer of this new remake, which is Blooper Team, whose only real big horror thing was called The Medium, and people didn't exactly take to themes in that story very kindly.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, Silent Hill can be a little jitchky. Let's face it, the true ending is the dog ending.
But the true ending was the in-water ending.
No, it is actually the in-water ending. That dog ending, man. What the hell kind of boss fight is this now?
But point is, when people saw Blooper Team logo, they were like, "Oh," you know, they didn't react with as much enthusiasm as they did when they saw the trailer, because the trailer from the cinematics and stuff looked kind of interesting, but when they saw the developer, they were like, it's like when people saw that Star Wars game trailer for that Quantum Dream thing. So it's like, oh god, David Cage Star Wars. That's what people felt. And then there's going to be a movie made about Silent Hill 2, which is being directed by the same person that directed the first Silent Hill movie. So that's a thing.
Yeah.
And then there's like one other Silent Hill project that's being developed. And was there another thing, or I don't remember if it was a movie or a TV series, but it was like Silent Hill Townfell, I think, was one of them.
Well, I will say this. I was always more of a Silent Hill fan than a Resident Evil fan, so...
Hence why I was shocked that you apparently hadn't heard of it.
Yeah, like, this is great news for me. I'm hoping it's handled well, even if it is a newer developer.
I will send you the link to
damn.
the news drop. Silent Hill broadcast. Okay, and then there you go. So that's so what I just sent you is the broadcast of all the stuff that all the stuff I just told you about and some extra things that I might have forgotten about because it's been a hot minute since that broadcast. But yeah, that's definitely something. So Konami apparently remember that Silent Hill actually had video games.
Yeah, and it could be better for them than just making pachinko machines.
Yep. Now the only thing is, like, if they decided on Castlevania to keep being made, I imagine they'd only be producing it instead of developing it because they don't develop anymore.
Sadly.
Who's a studio you could picture making a Castlevania game in 3D?
I mean,
if they
here's the
went
thing:
full
the
3D?
Symphony of Shadows and Symphony of Night games weren't bad on the 360.
Symphony of the Night was 2D.
No, I'm trying to think. I forget what it was. Like, was something Darkness maybe?
Harmony of Darkness? No.
No, look up Castlevania 360.
Lords of Shadows.
Lords of Shadows. That was actually not too bad of a game.
Yeah, I think that was developed by the same people that made Metroid Dread.
So there you go.
Actually, no, that might have been the Lords of Shadows 2.
Maybe.
I might be wrong. But this is going to be a weird take from me, which is a rare one. I actually wouldn't mind From Software doing a 3D Castlevania game.
Ooh, I could agree to that. That could be pretty cool. I could see it from Soft Castlevania
Like-
working.
Like, if not that, I don't... Maybe Platinum Games, but I'm not quite sure about that, because Castlevania, despite having its gothic horror
Might be
setting...
interesting.
'Cause, like,
Devolver.
Devolver? Ooh. What? Wait. Isn't Devolver more of a publisher than a dev?
You're right, but they publish and work with people with such out-of-the-box takes on things. Like, I feel letting them have a chance with the IP, they'd at least do something interesting. Like, if you offered Devolver Castlevania, who knows what would happen?
I feel like it would make sense for them. Yeah, FromSoft I feel would work well because of the more like atmospheric horror vibes for it. Platinum Games to probably do the more like actiony, flashy stuff. If they wanted to have like the cool flashy animations or flashy combat stuff that you could see in the Netflix series, albeit not to that extent, but you know what I mean.
Not to mention the way they can imprint the map data directly into the user's mind. It's hard enough
Because Lords of Shadows, from what I've seen, looked more God of War-like, if anything.
Yeah. Too bad they can't give us all the answers to the island's
I'm trying to
mysteries.
think, what else would work?
Right though. It's pretty amazing to have a civilization.
No, those
based
actually
on
no,
brain power.
those are the only two.
Yeah.
You probably just have somebody else doing the story and Platinum Games do the gameplay. That's why Nier Automata worked so well.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And I see a fish symbol, so since we're having kind of casual talks, we gon' fish.
Well, actually, I was gonna head to sleep soon because it's almost 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it's probably about time for me to tune out too, but I gotta go fishing, because fish.
He's got to go fishing with Duke Nukem.
Yes. I've got
Now, what would be-
rods
oh,
of
God.
steel.
Now you want to know what the real out of left field thing would be?
What?
Is if 3D Realms suddenly did a revival of Duke Nukem,
They should.
or if id Software somehow got the Duke Nukem rights.
That'd be pretty cool. Or I forget what it is, but the something collection, like they keep buying old IPs to kind of like try to protect them. I would love to see them get Duke Nukem because they've done some revivals and it's pretty good.
But yeah, overall, there are a lot of games that feel like they just need to keep being.
Oh, shit.
I understand when a series needs to end, but
Yeah.
I also understand when a series ends in a not right manner. And Castlevania has kind of been in a fugue state since Lords of Shadows 2.
Yeah.
And it's not like they aren't being acknowledged in terms of their existence, because we've had releases of past Castlevania games on modern platforms.
Yeah, and they're
So they're
good
definitely all
games,
about
and
that preservation.
People bring up Castlevania, so
Just fucking, if you could show us if you'd be willing to make new games, you
I
know.
mean, the fact that we got Castlevania and Smash.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry, I can't see Anglerfish the same anymore ever since I played The Outer Wilds.
fair enough. That was a very funny moment with you.
You never come out of a game the same person ever again when you see an anglerfish the size of a house charging at you.
Yeah. I don't know why, but like they've made me want to fish in this game.
Well, you have a Big the Cat bias.
I mean, I do have a Big the Cat bias. I do love Big the Cat. Also, I'm not wondering if like all cats now, other than like the create your own character and forces, technically have purple fur in Sonic's world. Because we
I
only
thought you were
have
gonna say-
two named cat characters and they're both purple.
I thought you were gonna say like, oh, what if all cat characters in Sonic kind of looked like Big?
I mean, Blaze is at least purple with white floofs, so she's like got half of the traits. Ooh, turtle. Snapping turtle. I like how
The only
that's the
thing-
one thing Sonic does not hold. He's like,
Well,
nah, I ain't holding that.
Would you risk holding a snapping turtle?
No.
No.
Well, I have actually,
No,
but
no, you wouldn't.
yeah.
It'd be the same energy as that one dude who got his arm torn up by a crocodile, or
Sure,
was it an alligator?
yeah. Either way.
Yeah, it was like he was demonstrating an alligator, like, not clamping its jaw unless it needs to, or what have you. And sure enough, it felt the need to clamp down on this one dude's arm, and it was
And then
just,
it death rolled.
yeah, it didn't let go for a little bit, and it was
Yeah.
not a fun sight.
Nope. Did I just pull out the Ten Commandments? Sonic says Jesus is cool.
Sonic says, honor thy father and thy mother. Sonic says, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Sonic says, you shall not cuss in my Christian Minecraft server.
What's another? Oh God, what would another funny commandment be? Nope, nope, blanking. Nope, the joke's passed.
It's okay, it passed. We got like 2 good ones out of it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so it's good. We have a little bit of time to reflect, talk about the stream. This was a pretty good one, I think. Part
I'm
3.
very happy that you've been able to play this game and have yourself a good time.
Yeah, and I just like do some of the island stuff, I think, off camera, since the puzzles really aren't that difficult. I'm just gonna try and save more of the story for the streams. But yeah, fish are pretty great. Oh yeah, I got a Cocoa Scroll. But yeah, so we've got some plans for videos this next week, and that'll be good.
Yeah, well,
Actually,
I've been-
going to only be available Monday for recording, so we should maybe try to do something tomorrow if you got time.
Yeah. Although yeah, like I've definitely got some possible ideas for videos planned up.
Sweet.
And I'll make sure something releases on Monday.
Yeah, I need to also post the last one we did. Put that on private, so. Yeah, just catching some fish. I will admit, I wanted to say this. Now it really ticks me off anytime I'm watching like a documentary or something or an educational video and they bring up fish and they got like really bad CG models of the fish. Like at this point, just rip whatever the hell Sega put in their latest game. They make like the best fish models. Like I don't know who they hired, but they're like, yo, I want the best hyper-realistic freaking fish model put in my child's game. Like,
Yeah.
you might only fish for 5 minutes, but that fish better look immaculate. And I've seen a few weird graphical ditties here and there. But you know what, for the most part? Nah, fam. Sega's just like, we want you to have fish.
Yeah. We must have the most realistic looking bass scales imaginable.
Yeah, like, they pride themselves on them bass scales, man. Like,
You got to be able to prick yourself on the spines of those fish.
yeah, like, they may not have released a Sega bass fishing in almost 20 years, but you know what? I can see the stubble on that freaking starfish, and it's like I could reach into my screen and feel the little nubblies on top of it. And that's the point.
Yeah.
This freaking Sega, man. Like, they don't have their priorities straight. They never have. But they make good-looking fish models. I mean, even this
And
one's
they-
really simple, and there's a few little
And they
things
make
I
some
can-
and they make some absolutely wonderful husbandos.
They do make wonderful husbandos. They also just love killer soundtracks. Like, the game could be ass, but you know what? That soundtrack is gonna kick ass.
Yeah.
I just caught an alligator. I actually don't know if that's an alligator because the nose is very round, so that might be a crocodile.
Yeah, I can't really tell the like I think crocodiles
Wait,
I
no, that's an alligator. Crocodiles have the pointed snouts. Now that
Yeah, I forget that. And then there's the caimans that are in like South America, I believe, and they're their own
I
thing.
think they're also in Africa, but yeah.
Actually, what is the difference between a caiman and a? I need to check that.
I mean, please do. That would be
Caiman
a fun
versus
fish or aquatic life
alligator.
fact for the stream.
Okay, so caimans typically have rougher scales on the belly and on their back. There's also more scales on caiman's head. Alligators have round teeth and are bigger than caimans. Okay, so caimans are actually small.
But they got tiny pointed teeth, probably for catching fish.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, alligators don't mess with them.
Yeah, don't mess with any giant lizard that could probably take you in a fight.
Yeah.
Even if it does look petable. Don't do it.
Yeah, just because you've seen some cute videos of people befriending absolutely carnivorous, destructive animals, that doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Like, is it cute that a grizzly bear cuddled up to somebody next to a window? Yes. Should you do it? No.
No. There's no guarantee that just because it worked on dogs doesn't mean it's going to work on every wild species. Sometimes
because
a
they're-
free meal and belly rubs is not enough.
Yeah. Just because you saw a funny video of a black bear walk up to somebody's cabin and then like close their door with its mouth, that does not mean the black bear will your friend. Or let's see, what's another one? I mean, that even extends to herbivores like deer.
Yo, hammerhead shark, bro. Okay, they could have made the skin look a little rougher on that, but yeah.
Sonic just goes like, Big, how are you stocking this pond with all these different kinds of things? I just dump whatever I find washed up on Galveston.
You would not be wrong.
I've seen a human torso come out of there, Sonic. What? Big, I think maybe you shouldn't be going anywhere near that gulf near Galveston again. I just keep finding such interesting stuff there, Sonic.
Ooh, polka dot hammerhead shark.
I once found biohazardous waste in the middle of that gulf.
At least it wasn't the estuaries.
I fished up a random copy of the of E.T. for the Atari over there. Imagine that might get modded in as something you can fish up.
Oh god, yes.
Like replace one of the fish with a copy of E.T. for the Atari.
I would love that. Well, heck, I did just pull an item box, so it is possible.
All right. Well, as much as it's fun to be able to think on how funny it would be for Big the Cat
Oops.
to keep fishing up hilarious items off of a real life beach, I'm gonna head to bed because it's 2 in the morning and I'm tired.
You know, I think I'm probably about to do the same. I'm gonna call it here. I hope that y'all had a good time on the stream. I'm probably just gonna finish fishing to 100% because that's a thing you can do in each of these islands. And then I'm probably calling it bed bye for me as well. Have a good one.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.